Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Herman Fouche of the Agricultural Research Council in Bloemfontein, and I want to introduce you to one of the oldest crops in South Africa, namely Cactus Pear. This amazing crop is unique in many aspects and deserves attention. It's not only extremely tolerant to drought, but it can be used in an intensive agricultural crop. Agriculture is practiced under very tough conditions. Most of it is in the arid and semi-arid regions with marginal soils, and on top of it all, the dooming predictions of global warming. Therefore, the abnormal climatic conditions are part of it. It is recurrent, unpredictable, and must therefore be planned for. This becomes the new norm. It is therefore the farmer's own responsibility to survive by proper management of resources and crops. The overutilization of resources during dry spells resulted in resource degradation with even less resilience. One of the greatest dangers of global warming is the shifting of rainfall seasons. Crops, planting dates, diseases, harvesting, etc. are all influenced. We need to make use of adapted crops to mitigate the effects thereof. Water is a very scarce source, as we all know, and our water footprint becomes very important. We produce 1 kilogram of dry matter of Cactus Pear claddodes with 100 liters of water, compared to 1,300 liters for a kilogram of wheat. Now, what is the criteria for ideal crop? Drought resistant and must produce when other crops failed. Adaptable to a wide range of soils and climatic conditions. High production potential compared to other crops because of its better water use efficiency, and can be used in a wide variety of fodder and food types. Easy to establish, low establishment costs, suitable for small and large commercial enterprises, good quality fodder and food, very palatable, highly digestible, must have a low carbon and water footprint, must be versatile in its application, and it must be financially viable. Ladies and gentlemen, what other crop comply to all these criteria than Cactus Pear? This is my own definition of a climate smart crop. It must survive and produce during unfavorable climatic conditions. This is the largest part of the risk. Then, the multi-use of products. You have produced the product, what are you doing now with it? It must have long value change. In short, it boils down to survival, production, and use. And as we've learned, every crisis creates opportunities, depending on our creativity. This is a picture of Cactus Pear, exactly what we have said now. It is drought tolerant. You can see the water stress with each crop on it, the fruit, and it's going to deliver a successful crop. Cactus Pear is widely used all over the world, and it plays a major role in the world economy, especially in Mexico and Brazil, Chile, Italy, and others. Cactus pear is a multi-use crop that can be used for human consumption, animal consumption, and biotech applications. During the 1960s, the government implemented a drought fodder program, and many hectares of cactus pear were planted. And this is what it looks like today. It's a low input, low output system, and in many cases it gave cactus pear a bad name. This is what we are talking today about, intensive fodder production with a high input, high output system. 800 tons of cactus pear are reported in some areas of Brazil, and I think a realistic target for South Africa is between 200 and 400 tons per hectare. That's wet material, or 20 to 40 tons dry matter per hectare. If we look at the utilization of claddos, you've got two options, either by pruning an orchard for optimal fruit production or harvesting the whole plant. Then you can cut those claddos. You can either make food of it, or you can take it to the animal side and make silage. You can dry it, then mix it into balanced feeds, or you can use that claddos as whole by the animals, or further on in the value chain, you can mix it with hay, and you can even graze it. This is the agronomic potential in Brazil. The potential productivity of 20 tons of dry matter per hectare per year. It produces 180 liters of water, which is available to animals, and in arid parts, this is a very important figure. The carrying capacity is 5 animal units per hectare per year. This is 60 times higher than the carrying capacity of native rangeland in that area. And it increased the gross income 13 times. This is a feeding system in dairy production where animals is feed chopped material of cactus pear. Another way to do it is a 50-50% sugarcane claddo silage mixture and making good silage. This is a video that changed my whole outlook of the use of cactus pear. You can see here the utilization of cactus pear with electric fences, high intensity grazing with rotational resting of about 2 years. And you can also see that this is very palatable. This is another example. Rather than utilize it by animals, you can cut it in a cut and carry system and take that to the animals. On the right hand side, you can see the regrowth already happening. On the food and nutritional side, on the human part, it's also possible to utilize claddos. Firstly, you can make use of the mucilage or the slime in the claddos, as you can see on the top right. And one of the products that we dream about is cactus caviar. It's also possible to make emulsification and foaming agents for different food products. It's also possible to enhance food products with a protein substituent. Furthermore, claddos can be used as it is in its young form, better known as Napolitos. It's widely used in Mexico Um, a family of 4 people utilize about 8 kilograms a week. The fruit production part of it, on the animal side, it's possible to make silage from the fruit. We've took the pulp of the fruit, we separate the seed out of it, and use that pulp to mix it with straw and make a very good silage of it. And the last picture is the possible application on an industrial scale. We are very fortunate to work with the food science department of Professor Marina de Wit, and this is some of the products that they have developed. One of the big programs is the seed oil, where they look at the quality of this very expensive oil. And this is how we are doing it. You take the fruit, you separate it with a machine, separate the skins, pulp, and seed, dry the seeds, and then the oil is extracted in a cold process, resulting in the oil cake and then the oil. You can see this is all the important ingredients is in this oil. If you look on the right-hand side, the ladies would like it. It is to do with prevention of wrinkles, skin rejuvenation, and one of the aspects that excites me is wound healing. It also got a high content of vitamin E, and compared to other oils, plant oils, you can see that cactus pear oil has a very high content of it. This is a personal experience on the 6th October. Without medical interference, we just applied cactus pear oil, cactus pear seed oil, and this is the process. And in a month's time, there was a total healing. Again, for the food and nutrition part, if we use the fruit, you can extract certain betaline, food colorants for different food products. The last aspect that I want to cover is the biotech applications. Bioethanol, biogas, medicinal applications, nutraceuticals, pharmaceuticals, cosmeceuticals, and enviroceuticals. This is a plantation in Brazil where they produce clados for a biogas plantation, and we hope to have one in Bloemfontein in a year or two, where we can illustrate the use of cactus pear for biogas production. There are also other products, namely biodegradable plastics, which was developed in Mexico. Cactus pear leather was made from the cladodes, high quality product that is used in the fashion industry. It's an ideal plant to use in community projects. One of the main things that we've seen is that we were able to stabilize the animal production system of these people, as well as an income for the household from selling different products. This program is supported by Cactus Pear Research Program. It's a multidisciplinary approach between the ALC and the University of the Free State. And I'm very fortunate to work with Professor Marina de Wit. She's a food scientist, and Dr. Gesine Kutzer, which is a hortologist. The summary, this crop is able to give high yields, and some of its dryland productions compare with many irrigated crops. It's a multi-use crop. It mitigates drought risk. It has the potential to revolutionize food production in South Africa. In extreme cases, it could save people's lives. Like an example in Ethiopia, the challenge is to identify and develop the most important value chains, product development, and again, creativity here is very important to mitigate climatic risk and make a significant contribution to the South African economy. And I want to